Hello again, class. This is our last lesson in Chapter 9, Chapter 9.9b, finding a surface area and volume. What we're going to be doing here is finding surface areas and volumes of similar solids. Remember that at the end of Lesson 9.9a, we had talked about the similarity ratio, A over B. We use that to compare surface area by taking A squared over B squared, and then we also use it for finding volume by taking A cubed over B cubed. Finding surface area and volume. A cylinder has a radius of 4.8 feet and a surface area of 356 feet squared and a volume of 507 feet cubed. We want to find the surface area and volume of a similar cylinder that has a radius of 2.4 feet. Now, if you'll notice, they have not given you a similarity ratio here, so we have to find one. So we're going to take A over B. What we're doing here is we take the first one compared to the second one. So I'm going to take the corresponding length that I do know, 4.8, over the corresponding length of 2.4. Now remember, I would multiply this by 10 and get a 48. I would multiply this by 10 and get a 24. And that's how come I get 2 over 1 for my similarity ratio. And in most cases, you're going to have to find that first. So we write A over B, then we put the two numbers, and then we go to the lowest terms. Now, the first thing they tell me they want to find is surface area. Now remember, area is square units, so I'm going to take A squared over B squared. In this case, it's going to be 2 squared over 1 squared, or 2 times 2 is 4, and 1 times 1 is 1. That is going to give me the known side, the known part of a proportion. Now the surface area I do know is the surface area of the first cylinder. Therefore, I'm going to put the 356 in a first term position. And I do not know my second surface area. Now I have to do cross product and solve. 4 times n equals 356. I'm going to divide both sides by 4 because I do have a one-step equation, and that will give me 89. Now I'm working with surface area, so my label here has to be square feet. The second thing they want me to find, actually the third thing, is to find the volume. Now volume is cubed, so I'm going to take A cubed over B cubed, which means I'm going to take 2 to the third power over 1 to the third power. 2 to the third power is 8, 1 to the third power is 1. My known volume back over here is 507. And again, that's going to go in my top position, 507 over n. Now again, I do cross product. Note I have a one-step multiplication equation, so I will divide both sides by 8. And my answer here, I'm going to get an approximation. They will usually tell you to go to the nearest unit. 63 feet cubed. Okay, in example B, I have a rectangular prism that has a length of 10 meters, or 15 meters, excuse me, and a surface area of 1,650 square meters, a volume of 4,050 cubic meters. We want to find the surface area and the volume of a similar rectangular prism that has a length of 12 meters. Remember that the first thing you have to do is find A over B, the similarity ratio. That's going to be 15 over 12, and that reduces to the lowest term of 5 over 4. Now I want to find my surface area. Remember, it takes A squared over B squared. We're doing area, so that's a square unit. So 5 squared over 4 squared, which is 25 over 16. The known surface area is 1,650 over n. 25n is going to equal 26,400. If you want to, hit pause at this point and finish it out yourself. By all means, go ahead and do so. And if we divide that out, we're going to get 1,056 square meters. For the volume, remember what we're supposed to do? Volume is cubic units, so I'm going to take a cubed over b cubed. That's going to be 5 cubed over 4 cubed. Now my number is going to be quite a bit bigger here. 125 over 64. My volume that I do know is the 4,050 over n. Again, hit pause, solve the proportion if you'd like. 25n equals 259200. Divide both sides by 125. Again, round off to the nearest whole unit. 2,074 meters cubed. Sometimes they're going to be nice enough to give you the similarity ratio. In this case, the surface area and the volume are given. We want to use the ratio of the corresponding dimensions of this to a similar solid to find the surface area and a volume of a similar solid. Now this time, they're telling you that the surface area is 23 feet squared, the volume is 12 feet cubed, and here is that similarity ratio. They're going to give it to you this time, instead of making you find it. The first thing we're going to do is find our surface area. Remember, that's a squared over b squared, 1 squared over 2 squared, or 1/4. My surface area is 23. I do not know the surface area of the other solid. 1 times n is n, and 4 times 23 is 92, and since it's surface area, that's going to be feet squared. Now I'm going to find volume. Remember what I'm supposed to do this time? Yes, a cubed over b cubed. 1 cubed over 2 cubed will give me 1 over 8. My known volume is 12. I don't know the n. 1 times n is n, and 8 times 12 is 96 feet cubed. All right, class. Here's your second example. You hit pause, you do the work, and then I will show you what it should look like. And here is the work for example B. Make sure that you check your work, see where you may have made an error, try to figure out where you have made that error and why and how you can correct it. And this concludes lesson 9-9B. Please respond with clarinet, C-L-A-R-I-N-E-T, clarinet. Scouting out.